So could you share, kind of compare and contrast the old Silicon Valley culture, organizational culture, compared to what you're seeing today? Because I coach some leaders out in Silicon Valley who tell me that there were days where you just slept under your desk. You worked at all costs. It was a culture of fear, and yet you believed in the purpose, but you had no life. So talk to us about what it was like then, and then how that has transformed today.
I cannot speak for the entire Silicon Valley, but let me give you some tangible examples. So I was lucky to be at Hewlett Packard, HP, which was a combination of HP Enterprise and HP and Agilent, three major multi-billion-dollar companies. And the culture was designed by Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard. And it was, I called it the 10 Commandments. There were 10 principles that we all abided by. One of them was innovation as a value. We value innovation. We value customer satisfaction. We value diversity, which I have absolutely no clues in like late 80s exactly what is it, what diversity. And once I had a chance to be with Lou Platt, who was a CEO, wonderful man. And he said, any questions? I said, yes. Like, by the way, one of the 10 principles, we called it the HP way. I informally call it the 10 Commandments, is diversity. Can you elaborate on that? It's a silly question, but I had the guts to ask stupid questions all my life. And he said, that means that we as an organization should reflect the entire customer base. And the entire customer base of HP looks like the world. And I'm sure there are so many different angles to diversity, to inclusion, but that was one. So HP's culture was based on meaning, based on the HP way, the 10 Commandments. To the contrast, I had friends who were at Intel, and the culture intentionally was confrontation. There was a lot of fear involved. At HP, I was being inspired. Lots of positive reinforcement was going on without me even noticing as a 20-some-year-old kid. My friends at Intel were constantly being confronted, lots of fear. It was a successful company. I don't want to judge it. I'm just sharing that different cultures at different companies. So Silicon Valley necessarily does not have the same culture across different companies. But the way I understand it, Michelle, thanks God, many of the people at HP went on and became CEOs, and many other companies. You name 10 companies, probably 7 of them had a good chunk of HP culture in them. So that culture has started becoming more prevalent in Silicon Valley, that you got to treat human beings as human beings. And that would generate better outcomes. Even if somebody's purely result-oriented, outcome-oriented, shareholder value-oriented, it's best to bring the best out of the people rather than to suppress them, to depress them, to demotivate them. And